In the realm of direct-to-video movies from the late 90s and the early noughties, From Dusk Till Dawn 2, Texas Blood Money stands as a prime example. Hi guys, my name's Barry and welcome back to the channel. Back in the day, before the age of streaming and straight-to-streaming movies, we did have straight-to-video movies back in the late 90s and the early noughties, and we got quite a lot of them back in the day. But when you look at some of them are actually pretty good, some of them are pretty bad. But today we're going to be talking about From Dusk Till Dawn 2, Texas Blood Money from 1999. This film came out round about the time I started to collect videos from the video stores. Now, I would always go into the video stores like Blockbuster Video and Global Video, and I would try and purchase the X-Rental copies of the films, and I would go in every now and again to try and rent these movies out. And I was just off the back of watching From Dusk Till Dawn from 1996. Absolutely loved that movie. And when I heard that there was a second film coming out, not just a second one but a third one as well, which we will talk about in a different video, I was excited to see the movies. Now, I couldn't rent them myself because I wasn't 18 yet, so I had to wait for it to come to X-Rental so I could come in with my mum or one of my friends who looked a little bit older, and I would purchase it. So I purchased it on day one, or at least the day that it came X-Rental, and I remember watching it thinking, that was terrible, but I wanted to like it because it was a From Dusk Till Dawn movie, but ultimately I thought it was a really bad one. I don't know what they were thinking with the soundtrack and the score for this movie. It felt like a goofy kind of soundtrack and score, almost like it was something from a Disney Channel original. If you remember the Disney Channel originals, if you're my age, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. It was so goofy and just didn't fit that theme of the movie. Now, of course, it is a low budget film and it was the late 90s as well, and they were still experimenting with CGI. The CGI in this film was absolutely awful. Even for its time, I remember the CGI being bad. But one thing that I did like instead of the CGI was the practical effects. Now, I loved the practicals in the first movie, and I think they've done a really good job of the practicals in this one. That wasn't as good, and you can definitely tell that they were working with a budget, but at least a lot of the budget probably went to the practical effects. I will give them their due as well. The film was directed by Scott Spiegel, who was a friend of Quentin Tarantino, and you can tell this film was directed by a bunch of friends who know Quentin Tarantino. I'm sure Quentin Tarantino produced this one as well. It was definitely from his company, A Band Apart, so it still had that look and aesthetic of a Quentin Tarantino movie. It just didn't have him fully involved in it. The acting was decent as well. There's a few known faces in there. Robert Patrick was probably the best one in them all. He plays Buck. He's basically the main character who tries to get all his friends together to go and rob a bank, and by doing so they bump into a bunch of vampires, kind of similar to the first one, only a little bit lesser in quality. We've got a young Raymond Cruz in there. If you probably remember him from Breaking Bad, he plays Tuco Salamanca in Breaking Bad, and he almost felt like a very young version of his version of Tuco Salamanca. Danny Trejo was in this one again. He reprises his role as the bartender from the first movie, and I feel like he was very underutilized in this one because he obviously died in the first movie and he's back again in this one. So this one could have been set maybe just a little bit before, unless there's a few Danny Trejos out there. But he doesn't really have a bigger role in this one that I thought he would have, because it was a direct-to-video film. And no offense to Danny Trejo, he's not the best actor. So I felt like they would have given him a bigger role, but ultimately his role in this one was just as small as the first movie. But like I said, when it comes to the actors in the movie, I feel like Robert Patrick was a standout. He felt like a cross between Coach Willis in The Faculty and the T-1000 from Terminator 2. Overall though, guys, From Dusk Till Dawn 2, Texas Blood Money, it feels like a cheap and occasionally nasty, but undeniably fun and strangely memorable movie. I do want to point out though that Maria Cheka, the girl in this film who hooks up with Raymond Cruz's character, she was stunning. She rivals Salma Hayek from the first movie. Like I said though, guys, it tries its hardest to mimic what was successful in the first film, but ultimately it fails because the first movie is almost perfect. It's great. So trying to do that again, I don't think lightning can strike twice. So if you've seen this movie, guys, what do you think of it? Do you think it falls way short from the first film, or do you enjoy it? As always, leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you soon.
Meeting adjourned.
I'll be right back.
What are you waiting for, huh?
Coming to get you, Barbara.
Ever played in the cat?
Someone's in the back!